I saw a lot of that. I was like, oh wow, there's actually like comics who are like Dean Wormer and all those classic, coming of
Ooh.
age movies like the Dean that doesn't wants everybody to just not have fun as a kid and study and be miserable because now they're an old miserable person. I felt like there was an element of that of like, oh, this person may or may not be in trouble. They get way more laughs than I do. What can I do to help get this problem out of my way?
It's interesting that I'll tell you, Bill, very candidly, and I'll tell you off air who it was. But I said something about a comic in an interview. I just was caught off guard, and I wasn't ready to answer it, and I didn't know where I should say. And I reached out to the comic and was like, "Hey, man, I'm sorry that I piled on to that. I was like, I wasn't prepared to answer a question about it, and it caught me off guard. And man, when everyone like
Well,
we both,
you should have gone publicly apologized. Instead,
I don't know, I don't. It's there's so much fucking there. Everything is so
I know, I get it.
complicated right now, where you just go like, I don't know anything, so I should resign with I don't know anything.
But
That's
that's the thing. Well, that's my thing about all of this shit. It's just like, okay, if what you're saying is true, that's terrible. But it's just like I wasn't there, you weren't there. How can you speak about this with such confidence?
it's the truth, man.
You know what I mean? Because you want to make something of this level of importance. You want to make sure you get it right because if you get it wrong either way, the level of damage that you're going to do, like if you are wrong and then somebody who didn't do anything, suffers it, and then you find out it's bullshit. Now you're fucking over everybody with real stories,
Yeah.
right? And
Oh,
vice versa. If you let somebody go, who actually did something, then that's kind of giving license to other abusers and shit. But it's just so my thing is I don't want to fuck that up.
yeah.
So if I wasn't there and I have no information about it, I don't say anything. And that was the thing that just I found so fucking astounding, especially from people that are in the public eye that understand how the way they what is it, like the Daily Mail. They like doing that. They did that to me one time. Bill Burr says something racist, and they go like this. They put the quotes so you can't sue
Oh,
them, but people just read that. They took a clip of my podcast, and I was about ready to go to Australia, and I was making fun of our country and what we did to the Native Americans, and I was talking about the Aboriginals down there. It was making fun of it, but they took this clip and then they read it out of context to whatever the original person, whatever you're supposed to call him down there. Is that offensive? Yes, I am offended. They just manufactured
yeah.
this whole thing, and so that's why I just sit there like the first time that happens to now. If that happens to me, I'm just like, they're just doing that bullshit again. I guess it's a feather in your cap that they think that people give a fuck about you enough that they can start making shit up. So anyways, it just blew my mind as a performer to see other performers become that person going, air quote this,
Oh, dude, especially even in my instance, I was trying to stay on the fence and represent both sides of it. Like, hey, man, I don't know anything. You see some stuff, and then all of a sudden, there's no positive out of it. If you know something, then definitely speak up. That's what. And by the way, here's the fucking disgusting thing is, I won't even say anything. There are women who have done dirt, like the women who flicked you in the head of your dick. There are women who've done really bad stuff in our business.
Nobody
We're not
cares.
calling out. Like, and that's like the fucked up
But
thing.
even if you did, they don't care. It's funny when a woman does something to a guy. It's either his fault or it's funny or it's both. It is what it is. And dude, I have gotten to this fucking level of peace with all of this shit, and there's just certain shit that's just cigar talk.
Yeah.
Which is like, I could
Cigar talk. That's crazy.
Yeah. I could force this issue and get into some big stupid argument. It's not going to get me anywhere.
Yeah.
I could tweet this. I could do that. It's just no. This is cigar talk. Just sit down with the guys, with the group of guys that you know that can keep their mouth shut. And then
there was last week when there was the insurrection, or I don't even know what it's called, but the thing that happened at the Capitol, the siege or whatever, where everyone stormed the Capitol.
You know what? Can I say something real quick?
Yeah.
I saw on the news where they had a graphic for that, and they had the actual picture of the people in front of the Capitol, and then they added this color to it that sort of looked like something was set on fire.
Really?
And it's just like, how did they get away with that?
Yeah, that's crazy.
Like that sort of license, and I'm watching it going like, for half a second, I was thinking they lit the Capitol on fire. I'm like, no, wait, they didn't. They didn't. They broke windows. They went in. They beat a cop to death, and a woman got shot. And now there's all these people saying, well, that wasn't them. It was Antifa. Antifa, dude, Antifa's the new fucking stand-up comedian. Those motherfuckers get blamed for everything. I was joking, I'm going to start using that in my relationship. My wife gives me shit. Oh, that wasn't me. That was Antifa. If it's something bad, it's them. If it's something good, it's me.
I
don't even know what Antifa is.
Antifa is the anti-fascist. They're basically, I think, just Portland people who work at coffee shops, I think.
Oh, bored white people who want to break things.
Yeah. Not the best punch throwers based on what I've seen on the internet.
The best throwers of punches.
I rode bikes with a bunch of Antifa members. I'm certain they're Antifa members now. Actually, I know they're Antifa members. We did an episode of Trip Flip, and we did this. We bombed this hill on like little bikes with a bunch of, by the way, really cool fucking people. Like I hung out with all of them. Everyone was cool. They were the kind of people that are like, fuck your TV show, man. Like that's the way they were, like fucking, who you making this for? Corporations? Fuck you, fuck TV. But the second you put the camera on them, they're like, yo, what's up? I cut my hair crazy like this for a reason. I want people to look at me, right? But they were cool. I don't give a fuck. They were cool. They were beer drinkers. They knew their shit about beer. They all went to Burning Man. Like we had a lot more in common than I think any of them would say that we had in common. And then one of them, I'd given him my number, and he texted me and he was like, he was planning a riot, and Antifa was planning a riot in Portland, and he texted me. He's like, bring weapons, bring this, tell us what you have. And then I was like, oh man, wrong guy. This is Bert. And he was like, oh fuck, my bad. Please don't tell anyone I sent this to you. And I was like, I already talked about it.
Hey, fuckhead, if you're going to plan a riot, I don't think I would text over a smartphone.
Oh, I'll read you the text.
Hey, make sure you delete this. Like they're not going to go get it. He wasn't even speaking in code. Like, hey, make sure you bring that bag of groceries.
I'm going to see if I can find it. What's interesting to me, Bill, is the day the whatever the siege on the Capitol is, whatever.
I don't know, we should edit that out, or that was just entertaining in general. Watching you get lost in your phone with your glasses, where you're just like, all right, I'm gonna find.
I go on Twitter, and you tweeted, "Hey, the Heat and the Celtics are playing tonight." Do you remember this tweet?
Yeah, that was when the riots were happening.
And did you see the people attacking you for not tweeting about the riots? How dare you, Bill? How dare you?
Exactly why.
Your silence is deafening.
I did that deliberately.
What?
I did it deliberately for the people that would get it. And then for all those idiots out there, it's like, dude, if I was running for president, they would be like, why is this fucking shit joke telling clown? They would remember that I was a comedian then, but then for some fucking, I don't know what the reason, it's not for some stupid reason. It's because of all these other people in the public eye who just are talking politics. It's like that thing is on every channel, on every news feed.
Everywhere.
Yeah, that was just it was like their response to it was the joke. The joke was
Yeah.
that you could be that glib, like you wouldn't know what was going on, and you were that buried in like sports channels that you had no idea what was going on. But then there's also that thing where it was like, I wasn't gonna let that thing make me feel like those people and what they did, like, yeah, that's what the average person walking down the street is like, or that's only people who wear red ties and blah blah blah. You know, there's like, look, we've both done the road for a long time. I can't even begin to tell you how many times, like when I was drinking, that late night, somebody dropped the N word, just the shit that came out of people's fucking mouths, like that level of ignorance is not shocking.
Yeah.
When you do the road, and that whole bullshit of that, you know, that's only on the right or that's only in the South and in Boston, is that you once you travel, you see that, oh, that element exists. That element is here in LA. Like that level element. But it's not everybody who voted this way is like that, or everybody voted that way is like that. That is the disease of Fox News and CNN. That's what they created. And I was saying on my podcast that I felt like they should have taken a piece of that responsibility, considering what they do inherently to make money is to divide this country. Just every single day, it's just like, that's all they're doing. It's just saying that we are right, we are smart, and these other people are idiots, and they're trying to take it away from you, and they're going to do this and oogly boogly. That's all they do. And it's fucking annoying.
Oh, I agree. I listened today.
I fucking hate CNN and Fox News. I hate them. I think they should all be tried for treason and getting the fuck out of here. Right along with those fucking idiots who did whatever they did down there. Because I didn't watch it. Because I don't want to sit there and watch some cop get beat to death. I don't want to see some fucking delusional woman get shot in the fucking head. You know? No. I just, you know, I don't want to see that. Why the fuck would I watch that?
No, I have no interest.
Or if I saw some of it, why the fuck am I going to add to the misery of your day? And you turn on my fucking podcast where I talk about sports and conspiracy theory, and all of a sudden I'm going to have a very special Monday morning podcast. And
why is it? Yeah,
my senator, dude. I can't name my senator. I don't know who my senator is. I don't know how the House of Representatives was. I don't know any of that shit works. Okay, but I do know that I do serve a purpose in this country. And my job is to make you feel smarter than you are, or at least not as dumb as I am. That is my job. And you come down and I make you fucking laugh, and I am a dancing fucking clown. Okay? And what kind of a fucking moron is going to my Twitter feed when the Capitol is getting attacked to try to get some sort of clarity?
I can point.
It's like, do you even know what you're yelling at? Or why you're yelling? They're fucking idiots. And I got yelled at that. I don't know how many times. I did Fallon, and I was talking about how, you know what that looked like when they were at the Capitol? Remember when you do with like those live fucking morning radio, when they would have a live event? You're like, dude, this is like 8 a.m. on a Monday. Nobody's showing up to this. People have to be at work. And then you saw what wasn't at work at 8 a.m. on a Monday. Like, oh, shit. And there was always some guy in like a furry hat with horns and somebody with no shirt on and shit. There was just always that, just going, what in the fuck?
There had to be a couple guys yelling Baba Booey.
Yeah, those people in their 40s still living at home with their parents. It was all of a sudden you just suctioned out all the functioning people, and this was all that was left. Those guys who used to get drunk at Schaefer Stadium and fall off the back of it, they go to Monday Night Football and die. Like, that's what the fuck shows up.
Oh.
You got a jerk off as a president who for 6 weeks before the election goes, and if I lose, that means they stole it, which is the dumbest thing anybody could ever fucking say.
Yeah.
Okay? It doesn't come off as confident. It sounds like you think you're going to lose. The level of moron that you are stirring up, I mean, that's what you're going to create. And if you run a news fucking network 24 hours and you never fucking take responsibility for anything that anybody on your side fucking did, that's what you're going to create. All you've created with life and death shit is Red Sox Yankees.
Yeah.
Which is funny to listen to a Red Sox or a Yankee fan never see any wrongdoing with their team, but only see it's funny when it's at a sports level. It isn't funny when it's at that level. So there you go.